Judges are seeing a rise in threats and intimidation.
And I wish somebody would assassinate your Somebody needs to wipe his out. Stupid son of a.
That was an anonymous voicemail left for John J. McConnell, Chief Judge of the U.S. District Court for the District of Rhode Island. U.S. federal judges say increase in harassment is exacerbated by President Donald Trump as a means of undermining the judiciary system. Speak Up for Justice featured a panel of judges and lawyers who spoke candidly about their experiences with threats. More than 400 threats against judges have been recorded so far this year. One of the threats is called pizza doxing. Unwanted pizza delivery to judges' homes, delivered in the name of Daniel Anderal, the 20-year-old son of U.S. District Court Judge of New Jersey, Esther Salas. Anderal was killed in a targeted attack on July 19, 2020.
When a judge receives that pizza, there were 103 the last time I checked, on a federal level, 20 of them in my murdered son's name. That tells the judge the people that want to find you know where to find you, right? And then these pizzas started going to their kids' homes. So that tells the judge, not only can we find you, Mr. Judge, Mrs. Judge, but we know where your kids live.
Two of my adult kids who live in other cities on the West Coast received pizzas that they did not order, and we received one at our home in Seattle. All three were in the name of Daniel.
Robert Miller is a professor of law at the Sandro Day O'Connor College of Law at Arizona State University. He's a Chief Justice for the Pasquayaki Tribe Court of Appeals. He said the increase of death threats and intimidation is a nonpartisan issue.
We just decide the cases that come before us. We rely on the law and the facts. For one branch to attack the other branch for doing its job, or for the public to get so inflamed they're angry and even threatening the decision makers, well, it's un-American and dangerous to our democracy.
Judges have always faced public scrutiny. The 1950s landmark case of Brown v. Board of Education declared state-sponsored segregation in public school unconstitutional. Earl Warren, who delivered the majority opinion, faced impeachment charges. According to Paul Kiesel, a trial lawyer and founder of the Speak Up for Justice event, divisive political rhetoric from national leaders has increased the threat level.
And rather than going through the process of appealing and challenging, as is our system of justice, we have taken to raising the threat level to judges themselves, merely because we disagree with the decisions that they've reached. And those threats, as you know, have included death threats. They've included intimidation. They've included social media doxing. They've included swatting.
We're seeing the spreading of disinformation by our political leaders on down. Like, at the top, come on down. And that's telling the American public that the criminal justice system is broken, or the justice system is broken, better said. Telling it doesn't work. Judges are rogue. Judges are corrupt. Judges are crazy, unconstitutional judges. Judges are deranged. Judges are idiots. That's the latest insult. Judges are idiots.
Judge John C. Koffner of the U.S. District Court for the Western District of Washington was swatted, a term used for giving a false tip to local law enforcement. This prompted police to show up to his house armed and ready. The SWAT attack followed Koffner's ruling that blocked the Trump administration's order attempting to end birthright citizenship.
I signed up for this, and I'll endure the threats and the attempts to intimidate, but my family didn't.
Earlier this year, Trump called for the impeachment of Chief Judge James Boasberg of the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia, calling him a, quote, radical left lunatic, after Boasberg blocked the Trump administration's attempts to use the Alien Enemies Act to deport Venezuelan immigrants to El Salvador.
If you look around the world, the rise to power in 1930s Germany, 1970s Cambodia, Rwanda, the former Soviet Union, was all preceded by an attack upon the rule of law and the independence of the judiciary. Looking back at what happened in Germany, my good friend Judge Lasnik said, where were the judges? Where were the lawyers? And that's we need a call to action in this country from our lawyers and from our judges to say, not in this country, not on our watch.
For ICT, Daniel Herrera Carvajal.